Now, for skip counting, we are going to be counting by twos. Skip counting by twos. Directions. Fill in the missing numbers. Okay, so this is a typo here. This is supposed to be fill in the missing numbers. Now, if we started with 1 blank, 3 blank, 5 blank, 7 blank, 9 blank, we need to skip count by twos. So what comes after 1? 2 comes after 1. Now, we are going to notice that there is a pattern. You count here 2. Now silently count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how when you silently count these numbers, it makes it a little bit easier to skip count by twos? But boys and girls, at this point in first grade, we should be really good at skip counting by twos. So we should be able to recognize that pattern. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now, we go 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is how we are going to continue our pattern. Now, just because we get to 10 doesn't mean we start back at 1. Okay, we have to carry it over, go over the bridge. Now we are going to be in our teens. Okay, so from 10 we have 11, 12. Notice how this 2, we only have one number, so this 2 is our ones place. Now we have two numbers, okay? So we have a tens place and a ones place. Notice how our ones place is still a 2. Even though we have a tens place, our ones place is still a 2. You'll notice that this pattern continues. So we have 14, 16, 18, and then 20. Take a look at our ones place in each of these. 4 matches with 4. 6 matches with 6. 8 matches with 8. And this 0 matches with 0. The only thing that's changing is our tens place. Because once we get up to this 20, we have, from 10 to 20, we've added 10, okay? So now we start our 20 count, and now our tens place has a 2 in it, and our ones place should still have a 2. Okay, so tens place has a 2, now our ones place has a 4. 26, 28, and 30. Alright, boys and girls, notice, if we were on a number grid, and I said, what's 6 plus 10? We could just go 6, and we know that 10 more is 16. Notice how we are just adding 10 to each of these numbers. Okay? It's a pretty cool trick. I hope you guys see that, and it should help you fill out the rest of the sheet. Okay? So I would like to see you guys upload this today so that I can check and make sure we are skip counting by twos right, and I would love to see if we have found that pattern. So go ahead, finish the rest of this page on your own. You'll be going all the way up to 120. Okay, so 120 should be your last number you fill in. Now, going on to worksheet number 2 for the day. We are going to work on word problems. Now, this is addition word problems. Directions. Solve the word problems. Use the 10 frame to help. Write an equation. So we have a picture that will help us. Now, we aren't going to need to use every single square on each of these problems. These are just here to help us so that we don't have to waste time drawing pictures, okay? It's just kind of a neat tool for us to use. So we have to solve the problem, use that tens frame to help us, and then we write an equation here at the bottom. So our first problem, it says Kate had 3 pens, 4 blue pens, and 5 green pens. How many pens did she have in all? Now, boys and girls, I want you to take a look at in all. In all tells us that we want to add all of these numbers together. We want to find our total. So we're going to go ahead and we are going to draw a picture with our tens frames to help us out. Okay, so I'm going to use a red marker that will do 3 red pens. So I'm going to underline 3 red pens. That's 1, 2, 3. Now I need to have a blue marker, or something blue at least. Here's a blue pen. Blue pen to help us picture 4 blue pens. So 1, oh, not a great pen here, boys and girls, I'm sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue pens. So I added my 4 blue pens. Now I need to add 5 green pens, okay? So here's my green pen. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green pens. Now, it doesn't ask me what is just the total of one color, does it? It says how many pens did she have in all. So we want to figure out how many pens she has in all. Well, the way we can do that is we count up our pens now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 pens in all. Okay, so we know that we have 12 pens in all after we count them up. Now, the second part we need to do is we need to write an equation. So how can we write an equation to equal 12? Well, how many pens, or how many red pens do we have? We had 3 red pens. So 3 plus how many blue pens? We had 4 blue pens. So 3 plus 4, now it says, plus how many green pens? So I forgot to underline green pens. So we had 5 green pens. So we added 5 more pens. Okay? So 3 plus 4 is 7, plus 5 is 12. Or you could look at it, 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 3 more is 12. Okay, boys and girls? So that is how we do number 1. Now I'm going to continue working through these because I know that word problems are tricky. So we're going to do the next one together as well. Now it says Tim ate 5 pieces of pizza. Jen ate 4 pieces of pizza. Fred ate 6 pieces of pizza. How many pieces did they eat all together? Now, all together, remember, it's asking us how much did they all eat together. So it's not just one person by themselves, it's how much did they all eat together. So I'm going to go back, and I am just going to underline 5 pieces from Tim, 4 pieces from Jen, and 6 pieces from Fred. So I have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now 4 more, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now 6 more, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so this is how many total pieces were eaten. Okay, so now if I counted them together, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pieces all together. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to write 15 here. Now we figure out, how do we make an equation out of this? Well, Tim ate 5 pieces, so there's Tim's. So Tim's pieces plus Jen's pieces, which was 4, plus Fred's pieces, which was 6. I like to make tens when I add, so you can think of this. 4 plus 6 is 10, plus 5 more is 15. Now you can certainly do it this way too. You could do 5 plus 4 is 9 plus 6 is 15, but it's a lot easier to add when we can make tens first. Okay, so that is our answer for number 2. Okay, so now let's go on to number 3. Bill ate 2 apples, 6 bananas, and 6 oranges. How many pieces of fruit did Bill eat in all? Okay, so we have that word in all. In all means total. How much did he eat in total? Now, boys and girls, I'm going to do this a little bit different of a way. Okay, so instead of doing the equation last, I'm going to do the equation first. Now, I'm going to highlight 2 apples, 6 bananas, and 6 oranges. Okay? So if I were to do this backwards and write my equation first, we'd have 2 apples. Okay? So I write 2 apples plus 6 bananas plus 6 oranges. Now I know that 6 plus 6 is 12. That's our doubles, remember? 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 2 more is 14. So 12, so pound on 12, 12, add 2 more, 13, 14. Okay, so our total is 14. Now, let's check by drawing a picture. Okay, so I have 2 apples. So I'm going to draw 2 apples here. 1, 2. 6 bananas. So I'm going to draw 6 bananas here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we have 6 oranges. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's go ahead, add these together and see if we get 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Look at that, 14, 14. That's how we solve that one. Okay, now going on to our last problem. Okay, it says Tom had 7 blue shirts, 6 yellow shirts, and 5 green shirts. How many shirts does Tom have all together? Remember, all together. We want to figure out how many shirts does Tom have. Not just one color, all of them together. Okay, so let's go ahead, underline our blue. So 7 blue t-shirts. I'm going to underline 6 yellow shirts and 5 green shirts. These are the numbers I know I need to work with. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's draw our 7 blue t-shirts first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now our 6 yellow t-shirts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's go ahead and draw our 5 green t-shirts, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So, we've colored in our picture. If we want, we can just add up our numbers now and we'll figure out our total. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18 t-shirts in all. That's a lot of shirts for Tom. Okay, so we have 18 shirts in all. Now, how did we do this? How do we write this equation? Well, we had to add 7 blue t-shirts, 6 yellow t-shirts, and 5 green t-shirts together. So I go back to my word problem, and I say we added 7 blue t-shirts, we added 6 yellow t-shirts, and we added 5 green t-shirts. So we look at this, 7 plus 6 equals 13, plus 5 equals 18, okay? Or you could look at it this way, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 7 more is 18. All right, boys and girls, it was a long one for math today. The reason being is word problems can be tricky.